What's up, everyone? It's Swaytuned here, and it's time for short story time with Sway. Now, if the sporadic cough seems to hit from time to time, I apologize. I can't get rid of this cough for the life of me. If you have any suggestions on what I can do to get rid of this stupid thing, leave it in the comments. Aside from that, let's talk a little bit before I get into it. You're either going to be looking at Syndicate Co-op demo it's me and Jim UMSC5, and we're just like beasting on. Well, I didn't record when we actually beat the demo, just the two of us, but I did record when we failed. Or you will be watching some Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. Now, short story time with Sway is a series that I brought up about 4 weeks ago. I did the first episode, and the stories I read were ones that I guess recently wrote. Nothing too old, nothing too new, and they were just like pretty much a single paragraph. It was nothing big. It was just me trying to get back into writing more, so in the storytelling. And I used to do it a lot more back years ago, in high school, and then even after high school, I wrote. But I decided, you know what? Let's try again. Let's do episode 2. And the whole reason behind it was because I wanted to. There was a series that I wrote. It was a 5-part series, but I only wrote 4. I tried writing the 5th one, and I had lost my inspiration. I didn't know how to start it or even how to end it. So 5 is blank. It just has a title, and that's it. I have no idea how to finish it. And these were all written in 2008. So I actually wrote down so I could kind of get an idea of in what order they went. I wrote down the date and the time of when I wrote it. Now, this one was written September 23rd, 2008 at 4:32 a.m. So 4:30 in the morning. You know how most people's minds work, especially if you have a normal schedule. So 4:30 is really late for people unless you're waking up at 5 to go to work at 6. I'm not one of those people, and I can blame one person for it, but it's okay. I don't care. For me staying up so late, and it's a stupid cough. But anyways, so my mind, I guess, wasn't all there when I wrote it, and I'm not much of a reader when it comes to reading my own stuff. So if like the speed or anything's off, just let me know so I can work on it for the next episode. And I guess here we go. This first story was called That Night, and here it is. Self-deprecation seems like a strong word to start this guy's past few days. Most of his nights are not like those you see and hear in other stories. In other stories or shows, that style of character wallows in self-pity at the end of a bottle of whiskey or any other dark brown liquid. Just to what? Forget the past, numb away yesterday? Not him. He spends his nights staying up for hours on end trying to figure out life in all its bullshit. Talking with people who he can't remember their faces unless he can imagine a memory with them. Sitting there with a television as ambience because he thinks it will keep him calm, knowing all too well that it's just there to be his distraction. Thinking back on those times, he saw himself as the distraction, not the one needing the distraction. Ambience builds as he sits there staring at the air conditioner, wondering why is there styrofoam in it to keep it cold. Off the breeze, he reconnects on his past and wondering if she still smokes after all the bugging she made to make him stop. The rain seems calming, he says, as he shrugs and looks out into the clear sky. Words on his chest wanting to drop, but he feels them drop to his gut, which makes him feel like he shouldn't have had that second serving of food for dinner. Looks around. There you are. But as he reaches over for his lighter, now, where's your partner in crime? A voice says hi electronically. He looks at his laptop, wondering who could it be. No one important, never is. There, there it is. His self version, only smarter. I feel like getting a bottle and shutting this shit off. Looking back at the television, how'd they get that steak to look so good? How was your day? Says the screen. Small talk and banter ensues for the next hour, knowing he stays up for the conversation because he likes the way she thinks. He sees her as a distraction, knowing very well that he has things to get accomplished. A random night of talking leads to two, then a movie. Not the movie you think. They watch it online because of a 45-minute drive. Why am I doing this? Crosses his mind a few times every night. He continues his crush and fear of self-worth over someone who's smart but just like everyone else. For those who don't know everyone else, here's a rundown. At first, they want the type that everyone wants. I won't go into detail. Pretty self-explanatory. After a couple fuck-ups with that, they get a little smarter. They know about the other type, but they can't get past the first type. They know the second guy is better, but it's not their type. Back for the second guy. Back to the guy for a second. Why bother with her? He mutters. He would never type out how he felt to her, feeling it would be too geeky and corny. She spills her soul to him, single drop at a time, but he feels slightly more connected to her every time. After she heads to bed, he goes back to normal as though it never happened. Looks back at the television thinking, damn, I'll never be that good. But numb the pain he must, so he opens the drawer, organic pain reliever at the beak, and begins to stare off. He catches himself thinking about her, thinking about giving up on that idea. It will never work. He begins to wonder if he just needs her to be his muse, or is her actual substance. Bullshit aside, his inner debate on life is paused. Sleep seems to be the best bet. Forget about today because tomorrow hasn't happened yet. His life seems so boring and ordinary. Blends in with the fabric too much. Computer, television, air is off. His bed is empty, well, not for long. Stumbles over with a grin on his face. Bitch, it's called self-esteem. It's esteem of your motherfucking self. His laugh becomes a yawn as he drifts off to sleep, thinking about those words he read. And that seems to be it for the first story. I think it went a little longer than I thought it would be. So until next time, guys. Later.